All right, I was trying to think of a better intro to the podcast because I say welcome back every week. So I decided to come up with a really good one this week, and it's welcome back, everybody. Today we have a power couple from the neighborhood, Bensonhurst. We have Sabrina and Giuseppe from Brooklyn Bites.
What's going
So guys,
on? How are
what
you?
we do here is we do a 30-question, neighborhood-related topic, stuff like that, and we just go around the table and we debate it. Wow. Some things are not so neighborhood-related.
Oh, boy.
I kind of just go along with things that piss me off throughout the week. But I tried my best on this one. So James is going to kick us off, and we just go around the table.
All righty.
Sounds good. Let's do
Question
it.
number 1. What is the undisputed greatest bakery in Brooklyn?
It's all you guys.
Wow.
Oh, man,
Wow.
we're starting out hot.
You just put it out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Undisputed greatest bakery out there. I'm gonna have to go with Villa Bata.
I think that's going to be
Honestly.
like a round table.
I don't know. I'm a tasty pastry guy. I like tasty pastry. I mean, Villavate is great. If you, it's just for me, it got very commercial. It's like it doesn't feel like the old school like mom and pop shop it used to be. Like when it used to be by itself before they took over Villavate and then Alba's, where it became like this big conglomerate. I felt like it was a little bit more family friendly.
Okay.
I think tasty pastry kind of just stayed the same.
I got an
since-
undercover one that's going to be nostalgic. I got Mona Lisa on 86th Street.
Oh, the one that's not there
The
anymore.
one that's not there no more. Next to my favorite restaurant, Tommaso's, that I get abused for. But
Oh, well, they're now on 18th Avenue.
I know. Did you go?
Yeah.
I love them. They're great.
You went to the new one?
Yeah,
How was it?
Phenomenal.
good.
Like the same?
Yeah.
Did you get
Stuffed-
the veal Valdestana?
No,
we
we got the
didn't, Nick.
stuffed pork. That was really good.
I
That
gotta
was
check it out.
phenomenal. And then gnocchi too, homemade.
Can't
Yeah,
beat that.
homemade
So-
gnocchi. I didn't think that they were going to have homemade gnocchi, but they
No.
did.
So I took my girl on the podcast today, and she's not actually from Brooklyn.
No.
But she's from Bloomfield, New Jersey.
Yeah,
So I feel like it's only right to say what your favorite bakery in Bloomfield, New Jersey
in
is.
Bloomfield? There's not even a bakery in Bloomfield that I could
Wow.
recommend. There's Calandra's in Newark that's very popular.
Yeah, I've heard
I don't
of
know
that
how
one.
it is now. Growing up, it was, I mean, if you didn't get your bread from Calandra's,
It wasn't
where were you
bread.
getting your bread
Mm-hmm.
from? But that's the closest that I would suggest.
No.
You're a natural podcaster.
Honestly though, but like when you go look at all the bakeries, I think being in Brooklyn, we're kind of fortunate that we even
Yeah.
have all
Oh,
these
of course.
places in our backyards. Staten Island too, Queen, 5 boroughs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're really like fortunate. Like, if I didn't have to just pick one, honorable mentions, I would have to give Bread Plus Bakery,
Yeah.
phenomenal stuff. Fortunato Brothers as well.
Yeah.
Great stuff
Love
out in
Fortunato
Williamsburg. I mean, look, all great spots.
Yeah.
But for me, like
I
Villa
think- yeah.
Bate, that's like a childhood. Like I always
Yeah.
remember the old location, going with my mom, we used to go, and now the new location, it's like whenever there's a cake, whenever like my mom, it's my dad's birthday, anyone in the family's birthday, they're like, all right, let's go to Villa Bata, let's get a cake.
Yeah.
And look, you get imported stuff too from it, like that cannoli cream.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
you
beat that.
can't-
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
beat
beat
that.
that.
can't beat that. Top of the notch stuff right there.
I think Villa Bate is an undisputed numero
Yeah.
uno. I even think for you it is. I think you're trying to just.
I like to be a lone wolf. It's all right. We were talking about this before. What was your favorite memory growing up in the neighborhood?
For me, it's playing on my stoop with all my friends. You don't see that no more today because like back then, at least when I was a kid, you would play tag, you would play manhunt, you would play wiffle ball, you would play soccer, and all the sports in the street. Car mirrors would get cracked a little bit. You would roof the ball on top with the wiffle ball bat. Now, it doesn't exist no more.
So me and my friends, I grew up. So I grew up on 84th and 24th, but my grandmother's house was on Bay 22nd between 86th and Benson. And we used to go there and play wiffle ball all the time. That was like our favorite thing to do. We'd play wiffle ball all day and then manhunt all night.
See?
But we used to go like from block to block and play like the other blocks like best wiffle ball players. And like me and my friends, we joke about now because they actually have wiffle ball leagues
Oh, wow.
that we were like, where was this when we were 15,
loved
16
to
years
play
old?
Growing
that.
up.
But yeah, nah, wiffle ball is, you don't see that at all. Like, you see these kids nowadays riding their bicycles. They do like the wheelie stuff, like going up to the cars and stuff like that, which I think is insanely irresponsible. Someone's gonna get hurt. But there's like a little part of me that's like, look at all these kids still like hanging out riding bicycles. Like there's a part of me that loves to see it, but then I'm like, get out of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think
You're
mine
gonna
was
die.
when I lived on 13th and 73rd. Me and my friends, Rocky, like we loved the Rocky movies, and we had it on VHS. And then our parents bought us boxing gloves, no headgear, and then right on the block we would just beat the shit out of each other
There you go.
for hours. That, and I would say probably just going to Dyker Park, man. Like everybody was there. They were either playing football in the back or basketball on the courts or handball, and the old cats would play bocce. You know, it was just a good vibe. Like every time you went there, I pass it all the time now. Not a soul.
No.
Completely empty.
Things have changed.
Well, I was gonna say, like, when you used to organize with like your friends to just randomly get together every day after school and
4:30.
Yeah, 4:30.
PS 186
Go
in
play
the
soccer.
schoolyard.
186.
Yeah.
We used to all go hang out in that schoolyard, play soccer till the sun goes down. Even when the sun went down, we still played. It's just you don't see that too because
Yeah.
these kids, half
They're
these
all on their
schoolyards today, they're all locked.
Well, the schoolyards are locked. I feel like all these kids nowadays with playing on social
Yeah.
media, and like you could play like at least like when we were young and you had to play video games, you wanted to play against your friend, you still had to go to your friend's house
Yeah,
to play video
exactly.
games.
At least you were
true.
still
Like now, I could play
socializing.
Chris lives where he lives. I live at my house. I don't have to get off my couch. I could play against Chris.
Good
Yeah.
point,
You
actually.
know what I mean?
You're
Like so,
right.
the whole interaction between each other has
Yeah.
been totally taken out.
Well, also like a fond memory I have is like the 18th Avenue Feast, for example. Like we didn't see our high school friends all summer long. We didn't communicate really on social media with them. We didn't know what they were doing. So like we knew everyone was going to be together at the feast. Like you would get ready, like put on your best outfits because you're going to see your friends from high school that you haven't seen.
Yep.
And that's where
True.
you would see them before going back to school. So it was like a really nice way to like catch up. And I feel like now walking through the feast, you don't really get that vibe anymore.
Did you try to get the Malibu drink when you were a kid?
No.
Nah, not even me, actually.
Your parents would beat their shit out of you guys.
Probably. The wooden spoon waiting for me.
Oh, we got a question like that.
We got
all
the
the way.
wooden spoon question a little later on.
Funny.
We were just talking about like going to Italy and stuff like that. I haven't been there since I'm very young. Why do people say don't go to Naples when you're traveling there?
He hates when people say
Listen,
that.
that shit grinds my gears. And I actually did like a whole thing. And I said, people still think Naples is what it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, where it's like they think that it's run by the Gomorrah, the mob out there. They think that the streets are still dirty, the garbage is everywhere. We just went to Napoli this summer, and I've never felt safer than when I went this past summer. Streets were so clean. People were so respectful. All the locals, you need help, they'll help you. And it wasn't in like an annoying touristic way where it's like, I'm trying to get your money.
Yeah.
You don't have these people come up to you asking you for money or trying to be like, oh, hey, I'm going to, steal your watch. Like, that's what they think of Napoli. To me, that stereotype of the city, it has to end because it's probably one of the most beautiful cities in Italy. Yes, that's me being biased, but there's also so much to see when you go.
Yeah.
Like their food, personally, I think it's some of the best in Italy. I think a lot of that has to do with their water as well, like their pizza, their coffee. You go anywhere else in Italy, coffee doesn't taste the same. You go to Napoli, it's like what we call cremoso. It's very creamy. Napolitan pizza, to me, it's one of my favorites. Can't beat it. It's undisputed. And desserts and pastries. I mean,
Yeah.
sfogliatella is phenomenal.
I feel like if you think that way, you're truly missing out on like the magic, especially of like the street food of Napoli. Like where else are you gonna see someone like on the balcony passing you down in a basket a pizza?
Yeah.
Like and it's good pizza too. The sfogliatella, like you said,
And
all of
everything's
like the
cheap.
street, yeah, and everything's like I had an
Everything is
Aperol
cheap.
Spritz for €2. Like where are you getting that?
Got a whole pie for €3.
Obviously, like you're gonna take precaution just like anywhere that you would go, but I don't see the bad rep that
I think
it
it's
gets.
two parts. It's the people, and then it's the city itself.
Yeah.
That have a bad name.
Yeah, for sure.
The people, they're the most passionate.
Yeah, they
community
really are.
about each other, about the just the culture in general. The city, yeah, I mean, it doesn't operate the way it did years ago with Gomorrah and all
Yeah.
that. But like, there's so many different parts of Naples.
Right.
Naples is huge. You have Spacca Napoli, which
Spacca
Oh my
Napoli,
God.
it's
that's
beautiful.
beautiful. It splits the center historical area of Naples, and then you have the water by the bay.
Right, it's
There's
beautiful.
so much beauty in Naples that people just focus on. Of course, every country that you
Yeah.
travel to, there's going to be beggars.
Right.
But
Right.
you don't
Every
mess with them,
city
they don't
has
mess
its
with you.
bad
Yeah.
parts.
Right. I
mean-
So just obviously take precaution,
Right.
When you hear about people getting robbed in Napoli and all that, obviously, if you're going to wear a Rolex, what did you
Right.
expect is going to happen to you? Even if you're walking in Manhattan and you have a Rolex on, chances are someone's going to try to steal it from you. It's common knowledge.
also
Yeah, and that doesn't
depends
happen
where
in
you
Rome.
are.
That doesn't
Yeah,
happen in
right.
Venice. I'm sure it does. It's a
Oh,
major
Yeah.
city.
forget it. It's,
You know, I just don't know where it came from Napoli. And as far as
I
gangsters
just think
go,
Italians like to pick on any other Italians. Like my grandmother's Sicilian, my grandfather was from Naples, and she used to tell us all the time, like, we don't like him.
yeah, no,
It's like a little like
It's
Yeah,
funny, like a little
yeah,
battle between all of
exactly.
them. And he used to come over and say, like, don't give your grandmother a knife. Like, yeah.
No, it's
It
true.
just seems like Italians, they like to pick on each other that
yeah,
way, and
for
then like
sure.
other cultures hear it and don't understand like the comedy behind it, and they think that it's
Real.
serious stuff.
I could add in one more question.
Go for it.
Why don't Italians like Sicilians? That's a good one.
I actually don't know. I never
Why is that a thing?
understood.
You know what though? But touching on that, I feel like it's why does like everyone just hate each other? Like the mainland Italy doesn't like for some reason Sicily. The same I know. Like for example, for us like in Napoli, for some reason the people of Capri, which is an island, they hate us. They can't stand us. And it's just like
And Salerno. There's like
a big rival even within, like in maybe 40 minutes away from each other. Napoli, Salerno, two major cities in Campania. The people that don't like each other. It's like a rivalry thing.
Yeah,
Competing
probably,
soccer teams.
That's big. That's
probably.
huge too.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
That's huge too. But like, I don't know. To be honest, I just think it's like one of those things like Napoli, like, oh, it's a dirty city and dangerous city. I think it's like one of those things. I
But it's
mean,
like the boroughs in New York too.
Yeah,
Right.
They're all
right.
against each other
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Exactly.
like I feel like for some reason everybody hates Staten Island. Like you talk to anyone, oh, I gotta go to Staten Island. I have to go there. I have to pay the toll. And I just feel like
Yeah, it gets
Well,
like a bad
the
rep.
getting here and the toll thing, I understand.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the traffic out here makes no sense
doesn't make
whatsoever.
any
There's
sense.
traffic here every time you come out here,
Yeah.
no matter what time. 11 o'clock at night, there's traffic. 10 o'clock, it's like nobody works anymore.
No,
It's
and
like
they're
everyone's
always
driving
doing
all the time.
There's always
construction.
traffic.
They're always
And
doing
the
construction, and
Verrazano
nothing
costing
is
that
done.
much money is
Yeah,
insane.
it's insane.
I think
To
it's just
connect
the
from one
South
borough
Shore
to
people.
another?
I think it's just South Shore Staten Island has a pretty bad name,
Yeah.
just because of the people. They're just a little. They just think they're better than everybody, and I didn't know that was like a real thing until I lived in the South Shore of Staten Island for a period of time, and then I was like, all right, like they were always good to me. I know some good people from out here, a lot of good people. They just definitely have their noses in the air a little bit, which you don't have a right. You live on Staten Island. You know what I mean? Like it's Staten Island, but that's not like shitting on the whole borough. There are really good people from here.
Yeah.
I just think they have that, what's it called? That stereotype around them for good reason. I think a couple of bad eggs ruin it for some. But I think the North Shore has a good reputation. You know, I just think it's divvied up. You know,
I have no.
I don't even know where the South
I
and
have
the
no
North
idea
Shore
where
is.
South Shore is, North Shore. I thought for a second you were talking about Jersey Shore. I'm just listen.
Oh, they hate
Brooklyn
me.
boys.
Nah, we don't like the Jersey Shore on this body.
they hate me. Let it be known, Sabrina and Giuseppe love everybody. It's me. It's me. It's me.
And we don't talk about New Jersey today.
Yeah.
Although you do have really good spots in Jersey.
Of course. Restaurants.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, it's because everyone from New York is going there.
true.
But so we got two like power couples on the show today. We got Chris and Melissa. We got you two. Why does it seem like all these couples seem to be having like the same kind of jobs? It's either like a sanitation worker and a teacher or a nurse. Seems like the New York power couples are.
I have a good answer. Melissa's in a different industry, but I think like our parents taught us growing up in the neighborhood to become a teacher, work for the city because it worked for them. So working for the city, you got the pension, you got the 401. It's just inflation killed that because back in the day, he could get a job as sanitation or a police officer or a firefighter and be able to raise an entire family.
Right.
Unfortunately, you can't do that anymore. So now our generation is forced to think a little bit outside the box, which creates influencers and podcasters and people that create merchandise or whatever because we need to make something out of it. But I think the neighborhood lesson was become a nurse, become a city worker, just because it's safe.
Right.
Nobody ever taught us to start a business. Nobody ever taught us those other things. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
But
and also because like I feel like a lot of the people that we were influenced by, whether it's our parents or aunts or uncles, some of them did own businesses, and they were always like, "Don't get into a business. Like, go, like you said, have a safe job."
Right.
And then they have no idea like what social media is, or if it could be a safe job, or if it like what opportunities it could even open.
I mean, still today, it's not even a safe job.
Yeah.
Be here today, tomorrow, everything poof disappears like that. But I mean, going back to it, I think because of the way like our family had to bust their ass to work, and it wasn't to work like a clean job. Like when I mean a clean job, for example, actually, not really. Dangerous jobs, like sanitation's dangerous. All the city jobs are dangerous. When I was looking at clean job, I'm thinking more like a teacher. But like my dad owns a marble company, installs kitchens, wakes up 7 a.m. He don't come home till 6 o'clock at night. He's busting his ass.
Yeah, it's
He's in
backbreaking.
that dust and all that stuff. So I think people that work in that kind of field of construction, they don't want to see their kids go into that field. So like I always remember my parents were like, oh, my dad, I worked with him. He was like, whatever you do, you're not staying here long. Done with college, you do a few hours with me, I don't want to see you here. That's it. And I understood it years after because it takes 10 years off your life, literally.
It does.
Especially when you grow up first generation Italian, it's not the traditional thing
Yeah.
to do with your life. So
Right.
they're very critical.
Right, exactly.
What did they tell you to do growing up? Like
They didn't tell me anything because they didn't do any of it. They weren't business owners. They just came and tried to make a living any way that they could.
Yeah.
So
One thing my parents pushed was you had to go to school. Like it was either you go to school or you got a city job. It was one of the two. You didn't have a choice between the two of them. It was one of the two. And I think it was more because like my parents growing up from their generation, they didn't need to go to college.
Right.
They left out of high school. They got full-time jobs. They supported their family. But I think they saw like at a certain point, you need a degree in order to get a paycheck. So like their whole thing was you need to go to college. Now some jobs you could do without going to college, and you can make a decent living. But to them, like it was like that wasn't even an option.
Right.
Because they can't take your degree away. They can't take your bachelor's away. That was like their whole thing all the time.
I don't know about in this country, man. They
Yeah.
might be able to. I don't know.
But yeah, no, listen, it's definitely something. But I just always feel like whenever I talk to like any sort of like couple, it's always like a city worker or a teacher and a nurse.
You know,
it's like the same group of
But
people.
I think the most important thing in that is the benefits.
Yeah, the
So
health
benefits are key, especially the health
course.
benefits, because that's why I feel like there's always that one in every couple at least has a city job. Why? Besides the great pay, you're also getting phenomenal
Yeah.
insurance
And
that
free
you can't get anywhere
benefits.
else. So I think that's what really ties you down to the city.
It's the back end. It's just the
Yeah.
only thing that I don't like is selling somebody financial freedom that you're going to get later on in life. Because you guys are killing it right now. You might have that sooner now. You know what I mean? Like so, like that's the true American dream. I feel like it's just I'm seeing a lot of people now that get to that back end of that career and their back is broken, and then they retire and they don't know what to do with themselves. It's tough. I feel like you got to pick your battles. It's like, yes, stability is nice. It is a big luxury to work a 9 to 5, but it's also a big luxury to build a brand and
It's
be successful.
It's
at
a gamble.
It is a
no matter
gamble.
what
Yeah.
you do. It's either you, again, keep doing what you're doing, at least you have a steady job, or you take that risk. There's risk and reward for each thing you do.
And like if you can make your own hours, yes, but then you're also working probably 24 hours versus you clock out of work and then
Yeah.
you're done.
yeah.
Big luxury.
Yeah, everyone thinks like when you have your own thing that you can make your own hours. That's really not how it goes.
No.
That's not how it
I mean,
goes.
you can, but
Yeah, but then you're not gonna be successful.
Yeah,
If you clock
exactly.
out like that when you have your own business,
Exactly.
especially in the first couple of years,
Right.
you're never gonna make it off the ground.
Exactly.
It's a 24-hour thing.
We talked about this and before when we were on camera, man. Like it took me like so long just to get the following I have now, which isn't crazy. It's like 12K on TikTok. It's what is
No,
it
it's
like
still
5 to
pretty
6,000 on
impressive.
Instagram?
No.
You know, it's just and even that like and then people don't like to hit the follow button either. So
Yeah.
you get 2 million views and then they don't hit the follow button. But like now I'm starting to really get the community of us together, having everybody from Bensonhurst jump on one common platform, South Brooklyn, which is nice. But it took me a while to find my niche. I think that's the big thing, and you
Yeah.
only learn that from failure. All right, this video doesn't work. This hashtag doesn't work. This, you know, it's like you only learn through failure in this industry.
for sure.
And it's going forward with that failure that I think is really what separates
Like not stopping.
you from the rest of the other people that decide to wake up tomorrow and be like, I want to do food reviews or content creating.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that I'm sure we all know that they started something and after 2 weeks, that's
Because
it.
it's hard. It's hard to
It's
get
hard.
up when you are consistently posting something that's not doing well. So you think, okay, it's not
don't
working. I'm
wanna
just gonna
see it
give
no more.
up.
They-
Yeah.
Yeah, I go-
Instead of just keep
How long
going.
have you two been doing this now?
10 years.
Wow, it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
10
Perfect
years.
example.
10
Yeah,
years.
10 years.
But it's
And it's always been food.
Always
obviously,
been
yeah.
food.
Always been
It
food.
actually used to just be food. It used to be just pictures of food. Then once videos came out, we started doing videos. Still not showing ourselves. Then finally we decided to show ourselves. And now I think we transitioned even to like I don't want to say lifestyle, but like showing more of like day to day.
More day-to-day
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I think there's an interest in that. And in the sense that I think even for us, the way we view things, like I find myself watching a video like of someone, if they're just cooking, but like it not being scripted. Like it's
Yeah.
almost now come to the point that I noticed, like even for us, things that are not scripted do 100 times better.
It's more
in my
relatable.
opinion.
Yeah, more relatable, more authentic.
Like
I
when you
feel
guys
like.
do Sunday dinner, you guys do the Sunday
Yeah.
dinner post, that's dope because a lot of other cultures wish they had that.
Right.
Some Italian families that don't have a big family don't do that, and they wish they had like that sort of, it's a very unique culture.
Yeah,
So I
for
think it's
sure.
just really cool to show exactly what goes on in the basement that is only used, and you
Yeah.
guys don't use the second
Exactly.
living room.
And it's funny because like all that, like none of that is scripted. Like you literally get Sabrina's mom who hates to be on camera, and I'm like, look, don't worry, let's do it. And you finally convince her. And she's like, whatever you do, I just don't want to hear anything about the comments. Don't tell me anything about the comments.
But meanwhile, the comments are mostly good. Like a lot of people are like,
They
I
love
miss
them.
doing this with my
Yeah.
family, or like I moved away from New York. I've been in Florida for the past however many years. So
Yep.
it's nice to see these things.
Yeah,
so.
and I think that's, again, because that's something for us, it's so common every Sunday, but we don't realize that the people that moved, for example, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Florida, especially the ones that were from Brooklyn, I always see the comments, I miss this. I live now in North Carolina.
Yeah.
We can't get any of this in a supermarket down there.
Yeah.
So to see this, it brings back so many memories. And it's just like, wow, you don't realize because you're so
Yeah, you
spoiled.
take it for
It's also when
granted.
they move away, like obviously they're away from their family usually.
Right.
So like
Yeah,
to see you guys all
right.
together
Yeah.
brings up a lot of good memories for
Yeah.
It's
people.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
They want to
Yeah.
feel something to connect to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
no.
connected to
It's
that
a very lonely
Yeah.
world out there. You know, people don't realize how lonely it is. And then you see something like that, and it brings you back to your childhood, which is awesome.
Craving something sweet with a little crunch? Treat yourself to the bold, buttery flavor of Isn't That Nuts, the king of candied nuts. Fresh roasted, hand-coated, and made to melt in your mouth. The best nuts in town. Snack better, snack bold. Get yours today.
One question I always ask people that I know like do food reviews. I mean, you are both pretty much in good shape. Like, you eat all this food. Like, how do you not get like? I would be like 900 pounds.
We get that all
We
the
get that.
time.
We get that. That's like the most asked question, and for me at least. So between the two of us, I do all the eating. I mean, I want
That's
to say I
not
do.
true.
I think I do 70% of the damage. Like if we go out
Like
to dinner,
90%.
I even I'm 90% fine. I even get her leftovers sometimes, and I'm just eating. So everything that we eat, I actually really do eat all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, we'll bring it home the day after for leftovers, whether it's lunch, dinner, sure. But majority of I eat it, and I complain the whole ride home saying,
Yeah.
why'd I eat that much?
And then when we get
Why?
home, he complains
Then I
again.
get home, I
Yeah.
And then he
complain.
says, "Why did you let me eat all of it?"
Yeah, that's literally our relationship.
Yeah.
So-
we went to Cebu. They did
It's always Cebu that we
They did a
have this
nice dinner for us,
conversation. Yeah.
you know, because we shouted them out. It was the guy that owns It's a Gentleman.
Oh, I love them.
Such good people. And then they just kept bringing food out.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And I
every
turned
time
over
we
to my
go.
girlfriend. And I was like, I can't fucking do this if this gets bigger than
Yeah.
it is already. Like, this is too much.
Yeah.
Like, they just kept doing it. They brought their sushi out, which is, by the way, Cebu sushi.
Oh my gosh,
incredible.
it's
Phenomenal.
amazing.
Incredible.
It is.
Tomahawks and
Yep.
all the whole Japanese menu and the steak skewers and this and that. I was sitting, and then he kept bringing out sake. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't control
It
myself.
was a fun dinner. It was a good
Yeah,
time.
no.
It was
And
totally a good
Cebu,
time. Yeah.
can't go wrong.
10 out of
Ted,
10.
Mike, all the guys, they're
Yeah.
great guys.
Listen, a lot of people always ask us like what your favorite restaurant is, and a lot of the times one of them I say is Cebu. It's like it's not like the best food that like I've ever had. It's not like the best restaurant, but when you go there, it's all about the experience. Everybody that works there are gems. The owners are gems, and the food is really good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you're not lacking with.
you're not lacking. Like only Cebu could pull off having sushi on their menu and it being that delicious.
Their sushi guy is like incredible.
Yeah.
I think they got him like from Japan or something.
Yeah,
he came
I
out
think
and started
so.
talking to
Yeah.
us, and he was a gentleman.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite spots.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Roots too.
Yeah,
Roots
they're
is
good
up
too.
there. That's
Brave
like-
Ridge has a good spot.
I feel like it's a better Patrizia's. Brooklyn Roots. You
Yeah.
know, like their food is 10 times better, and they bring it out with that family style stuff. Sick.
Thomas does a good job.
Chef
Yeah.
Michael Thomas.
Phenomenal
he's a
job
good
he
guy.
does.
Is Smorgasburg worth all the hype?
I don't know. I haven't been in probably 6 years.
Probably more, to be honest.
I think it's a yuppie attraction. I don't think it's worth the hype at all. I mean, listen, they do have good food.
Yeah.
I just don't like when New York City is turned yuppie. You know, so like certain neighborhoods do these sort of events and festivals, and it's very rare you get that authentic New York festival. Like even San Gennaro, it's good, but it also became a tourist attraction. That's why the 18th Avenue Feast is special and the 3rd Avenue Stroll, because that's our thing.
Right.
You know, but like I feel like Smorgasburg is for the yuppies. I feel like that's like their thing, you know, like people that aren't from the city could go there, and I don't even think the vendors are from New York.
I think, I mean, like, I usually see like all creative things there when, like, the time we went.
Yeah.
I mean, things that I wouldn't see like in Bensonhurst or Bay Ridge.
like the ramen burger.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't see that, and I mean, I don't know. Like it's been a
I
while
liked it
since
when I went there. I just feel like how many times can you go there?
Right.
I think-
that's why.
Yeah.
Like you could go. It's a nice day. We've only been to the one in Prospect Park, I think.
Prospect Park, yes.
Maybe
Once we
Williamsburg?
went to the one in Williamsburg. My only issue that I have with all that is, I like to sit down and eat my food.
Yeah.
So when I go and it's 95 degrees out in the middle of July or August, I think they have one also in the winter or fall.
know,
I don't remember the exact date, but when it gets really hot and you have to eat that burger,
Yeah.
I just can't do it. And I need to
also-
sit.
Yeah. Number one, I feel like some of them are like gimmicks. Like I mean, it's great, it's creative, but I don't know if a lot of them is like you see it on social media and it looks like this amazing thing, and then you go and I think it's mostly because maybe it's hard to eat when you're standing up, or when you want to taste all these different things, but how many can you actually taste?
Well, you're also standing in a line for 30
Yeah,
to 45 minutes.
right, exactly.
Each vendor, so.
I can't, like, that's the thing. I think if it was more like sit down and, you know, I just think they need to have more seating. I think I would be like, all right, I would go more often. But I think one of the reasons I probably don't go is because I like to sit down when I eat. Like, I just need to enjoy it. I need a place to relax, especially when you're standing. It's hot.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
use the bathroom.
I
You
think
have
it's
to wait
like
online for the bathroom.
some food is not walking friendly.
Yeah,
anymore. Like some of the food you really have to like stop.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
it's
definitely
messy.
a cool concept though.
Yeah.
It
Like
was
a vodka
cool.
slice
yeah.
from L&B. You gotta sit down when you eat.
You definitely got to sit down.
Yeah.
I can confirm. That's true. For sure.
You think New York is the food capital of the world?
Not of the world.
The world?
No.
Being a New Yorker, no. But I do think of the United States, yes.
I think so.
Why? Because we're so multicultural, and we're blessed to have that, though.
Yeah.
You could just walk out your door, especially Brooklyn. Today, I want ramen, you can get ramen. You want tacos, you can get tacos. You want Italian food, obviously, you can get Italian food.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you go anywhere else in the country, good luck even getting a restaurant. There's just some place. I remember when we drove down to South Carolina. We made a pit stop in North Carolina. I always remember it. We needed a place to eat. And in North Carolina, it was just all chains.
Yeah.
All chains. And I said, what is this? And I'm like, this is scary. So we went to the best of the chains down there. It's just all fried food and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is heavy.
Well, I think New York's the capital of the world because, like you just said, like everybody from all the other countries move here. So we do have that variety. Do I think New York has the best food? No, because I think if you go to Italy, then you're going to get the best Italian. If you go to India, you're going to get the best Indian, you know, all the things for all the other cultures. But I think we have the most variety, and I think we have the closest to those places because we got people from Naples and, you know, who know, like, where to get the imported stuff and vice versa for all the other cultures. Yeah. So my thing would probably be, just because of that. Best, no, capital, I think so.
Well, I think like everyone, like probably all these chefs, they aspire to open restaurants where in New York. Like if they're going to open them anywhere, I mean, yes, I guess it's between New York and Los Angeles, but I definitely think New York more so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like there's so many, like, so I always feel like you could always say like, oh, I've had the best this in New York, but you could say like I had 10 horrible ones in New York.
Right.
So it's like you're getting the best of the best,
You're
but
right.
there's so many of each thing in such like a small place that it just feels like it's oversaturated, and you could turn around and tell yourself like, yeah, no, it's really not that great. But then you realize like people travel from all over the world here for this stuff. Like we take it for granted. Like I don't even remember the last time I stopped to like look at the Statue of Liberty. And you have people like, oh my God, you must go see the Statue of Liberty all the time. I'm like, I think the last time I went, I was in elementary school.
Right, no.
You know, like you forget that people come here
it's true.
for this stuff, and it's just the food's another thing. Like I could like say like John's of Bleecker Street for me is like the best pizza, but I could stop in just like a 5-mile radius, 5-block radius from work. And there could be 20 pizzeria spots, and then they all like mediocre.
Right.
They have that one place where it's just like knock your socks off. Yeah.
Did like Da Vinci, the
I
undisputed
love Da
GOAT
Vinci.
pizzeria of all time.
I love Da Vinci.
I took her to Da Vinci. You liked
It
it?
was good.
Da Vinci's.
For the Sicilian, for their Sicilian, so
Yeah,
I think
can't
it's the
beat
best
it.
one.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favorite, the Sicilian.
It's you
It's like
can't
a
beat
pillow, cheesy, saucy. Nothing's
Especially when it
overdoing.
comes right out of the oven. Like you
Yeah.
get a fresh pie from Da Vinci, you can't compare it.
I just every week we keep going back to L&B that people keep saying it's overrated. It's not. No, it's just not. And it's just like we keep bringing it up, but like every main place in New York, people love to say it sucks because that's what human beings do. Because it's known and because tourists go there, they think it's terrible. It's like no, tourists go there because they travel to go to that place because it's that good. You know, that's why L&B. Every time I eat it, I could take down the entire pie, and I just can't say enough good things about it. She could eat a quarter spumoni. You got to see when she does that.
so
It's
good.
insane.
Spumoni's great.
Every time.
It's bad.
It's delicious. There's nothing like it.
We got pistachio green on our couch because she eats so much. She loves it. I got to try that vodka though.
I don't think L&B is overrated, but I do think they have their good and bad days. Like I went to L&B and I've had a slice. I'm like, this isn't as good as it usually is. And I feel like it depends on like when you go. For me, it's about like the whole experience when you go. Like growing up, always like coming back from Coney Island Beach, we would stop at L&B for a fresh Sicilian pie and a spumoni.
You guys are West 33rd kids?
No.
No, West 30th.
West 30, West
29, 30,
28,
right
yeah.
before the bordello starts. Like it's nice and quiet.
So I do think it depends when like you can have a bad experience there, but I don't think that the pizza is bad or overrated. I like L&B.
Listen, I think it comes with an experience.
Yeah.
For me,
I always just feel like it all depends on what kind of slice you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, I would
Like,
never get
I'm
a
not going
regular
there
slice
for a
there.
regular slice.
Yeah, no.
I got to get the square
No.
from
Yeah.
there. For me, like regular slice, I'll go to DeFara's for it, or I'll go to J&V or Da Vinci. Like for me, it all depends on what kind of pizza you're talking
Yeah.
about. I don't like necessarily I don't like to have like a whole bunch of stuff on my slice of pizza.
Me either.
And people are like, oh, you got to try this Philly cheesesteak pie. I'm like, I'd rather not. Like, you know, what I mean, just give me like a pepperoni or a plain slice.
I'm a
But
big buffalo chicken guy.
Yeah,
buffalo
me
chicken's
too.
good.
Me too.
But I always just feel like it depends on what kind of slice you're talking about. Then you could say what kind of pizzeria is the best as far
Have
as
you
that
been to
goes.
Luigi's?
Yeah.
That's our favorite pizza.
his regular slice to me, like New York traditional style, to me, that's my favorite.
Nap is good too.
Nap
Nap
Street?
Street.
Solid.
I think I've gone there maybe
We've gone
once,
there.
twice. I don't even know if I had a regular slice.
Yeah, you did.
We did?
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
did
for
the series.
Yes. Okay.
I was a big Lenny's person before they closed down. Lenny's
That's
is
another
great.
place
Yeah.
that's all about the experience.
Yeah.
Just
So good.
growing
Melissa's
up.
been
walk
to
in there,
everyone.
yeah.
Went on a Brooklyn pizza tour.
I love that.
It's so easy to like you're from Bensonhurst to like take her take her out on dates. So we went to Crispy, then we went to Da Vinci, then we went to L&B. What was the other one? J&V, and then we went home and we were disgusted with
What was your favorite?
It's always going to be L&B
Yeah.
because that was my first spumoni experience, and I fell in love.
Yeah.
The pizza was phenomenal. The other places, they were good, but I've had pizza like that
Yeah.
before, so.
Yeah. I feel like when you grow up eating L&B, like I always felt like when I was younger it tasted better. Like I still think it's great now, but I feel like the hate comes from like people that are from the neighborhood a long time. They don't like to
I
see the
agree.
change. They don't like
Right.
to know
I agree.
that they sold and someone else is running it, so they automatically got hate for it.
Exactly.
So I think a lot of the hate just comes from like the old school Italians from the neighborhood that just like don't like to see anything like kind of move forward in a way.
Also, when I was younger, for some reason, we only had L&B in the summer. Like, I think I used to think it was closed in the winter. I've never had L&B in the winter. So it was also like one of those things that's like you look forward to every summer. You can only have it during the summer.
Yeah, I think what makes the experience 100 times better is for them what's key, they have that outdoor space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one else in Brooklyn, from what I could think of, has it off the top of my head.
That's like a casual space.
And like
that.
that's such a great place to like whether you just want spumoni, you sit there and you can enjoy it with friends, family. And I think that experience alone, because I always say for me to love a restaurant, it needs to have two things: great food and the ambiance and experience. If it's amazing food, but I feel like I'm either being rushed or I feel like the vibes are not what it should be, the food for me just goes down. Whereas L&B, I think that sitting outside, especially after being at the beach all day, you have this tan, you have the water, the ocean water on you,
Yeah.
the sand all over you. That to me is peak performance.
And like you're also waiting to see someone that you know because you know
Exactly.
at some
You
point
know
always
you're gonna
wanting
see
someone
someone
to
at
pop in
L&B.
there.
Someone, whether it's
Yeah.
a co-worker or it's like someone from the neighborhood, it's like, oh, John, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? All right.
That's the key. Is you're
Yeah.
running into people
Yeah.
all the time.
For
That's
sure.
good. That's why it makes it always feel like a neighborhood thing, which
Yeah.
is great.
And now a word from our sponsor. This ain't just fashion, this is a statement. At War Streetwear for those who don't back down. Built from struggle, designed for impact. From the pavement to the front line, you're not just wearing clothes, you're wearing purpose. We're all at war with something.
And it's funny you say about the summer thing because now that you said that, like I remember when I was a kid, it was just like a summertime thing as well.
Yeah, I don't know
Because
why.
like during the week, during the winter, it was like L&B, or not L&B, it was Lenny's.
Yeah.
And then it was we had a Bad Boys Pizza on 23rd Avenue.
Oh,
I grew up
yeah.
in Maple.
It's still there, I think.
Yeah. So like those like we did
Yeah.
throughout the rest of the year, but then when it came summertime, maybe because we were at the beach more.
Maybe.
who
I don't know.
knows?
I just only remember going to L&B in the
Yeah.
summer. Do you
I don't
remember
know
when they
people
used to have
say
like the
skinny.
half pies? You could
Yeah.
get like a
They got
half
rid of
pie.
those.
Yeah, they got rid
Yeah.
of them.
Those
Straight
are
up
mint.
full.
Yeah.
Because there was still a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
It was
Like a
12
full pie,
slices.
I gotta freeze. You know?
Yeah.
I
Full
take,
pie's
like-
24 slices of a square.
I
They
think
give
it
you
used
two
to be
boxes.
12.
Yeah, it used to be.
It used to
yeah.
be half
Yeah,
pie.
it's
Was
24.
And I'm gonna
12.
eat all 24
Yeah.
because I have no self-control.
No, I
I
think
don't know what
now.
they put
I
in.
thought
Is it-
now full pie is 12.
I think
Now it's full pie.
is
So I'm
Yeah.
saying back
Oh,
then,
oh,
a
yeah,
half
it
tray,
used to
a half
be,
tray used to
yeah.
be 12, and then a full
Yes.
would be 24.
I think they got rid of the big one. I
Yeah.
think completely. It's just all half.
I'm boycotting L&B.
So we were talking like we all grew up from the neighborhood and everything else. We know you went to school. I went to Sabrina. What high school group of kids do you think had the craziest kids?
I mean,
Growing
I
up.
guess I'm biased, and I'm going to say New Utrecht
Think
based
they
on
had the
everything I
craziest
saw.
Kids?
Oh, what do you think?
I don't know. I know. I have no idea.
I mean, for me, all I knew was just go to school, play soccer, and come home. I didn't really mingle with other kids from other schools. The only other one I think,
Studio.
Studio
Brooklyn Studio had some crazy kids.
and Fort Hamilton.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
that we're starting to talk, now it's starting to
Yeah,
hit me.
Fort
Yeah, I
Hamilton got
remember
down,
Fort
but
Ham-
Utrecht got down. I seen some crazy shit.
But I
Yeah.
remember
outside
New
of
Utrecht, I saw some wild things. I'm like, what the?
I saw a kid
Utrecht
get
always
stabbed
had
with a
a
machete
run.
in front of Utrecht.
Oh my god.
That was insane. Do you guys remember that?
No.
There was some things. There was some things that
Listen,
went
all
down.
I remember was when I was a kid, we didn't go to school that one day because apparently there was a gun threat or something like
Yeah.
that was going around the school. So I remember like nobody went to school. Like it was just like maybe like 20% of the people actually went. Everyone else was home. home.
Or when a team won the World Series or the Super Bowl or the
Oh yeah,
championships,
when the Giants won the Super Bowl, I
Nobody went to
remember no
school.
one was there.
and when Italy won the World Cup,
Oh yeah, that's right.
there was like a big celebration. That was the best high school of all time. You missed out. So did you.
Yeah, it was a really good. I loved that high school.
Yeah. Back then it was like a lottery pick. You had to do your zone school, so I wasn't zoned for New
Could we redo the morning announcements right now? You
No,
still
we
got-
can't redo that.
What about you, Mel? What was the craziest school growing up in Jersey?
Well,
You heard the craziest shit about?
I went to Bloomfield High School, and then sophomore year, right after the World Trade Center incident, I moved down the shore to Brick. So now we're talking 20 years ago. I don't even know. That was like culture shock to the extreme. They called it Brick-tucky. That's how bad it was. So, I mean, these were people that in the locker rooms were like shooting up meth,
Oh wow.
crazy things like that. So it was, compared to Bloomfield, it was like more crime and like fighting, and then Bricktown was just like crazy drugs and piercing each other's noses, and it was just nonsense.
This is why
Sounds pretty crazy.
I am anti-Central Jersey. People that are from there don't even like it.
Yeah,
You know?
no, it was bad.
Wow.
Posting
Yeah.
that.
I got nothing crazy to say.
You went to Severian, you played baseball, you wore a suit. Yeah, you're good. You can move
No,
on to
no
the next
suit,
question.
no suit, just khakis and a polo.
Yeah.
But it was just
Yeah.
Severian was just a good school. Like I always felt like Catholic schools, I felt like Catholic school was a better place to grow up if you cared about like respecting your elders and having accountability. I wish I went to public school because I felt like it would have got me in better shape to like deal with real world problems. Because like coming out of Catholic school, I went to Severian, then I went to St. Francis, which was another private college. I feel like it didn't give me a chance to like really understand like people are going to tell you no. You know, in Catholic school, like you're paying for your pretty
Right.
much your way to get through everything.
Like, don't wear that hat.
Yeah.
Don't wear that.
So I feel like public school would have probably shaped me better to like understand what the real world was going to be like. But also like Catholic school, I feel like you can always tell like a person that went to like a private school by like their mannerisms a little bit, or if they have like a very strict household, you can always tell because there are consequences. Like if you screw up, like you can't punish kids now in public school. There's no after school detention. You can't make them write an essay. You can't make them write like I'm sorry 1,000 times. Like public school, they're like, you want to curse at me? All right, you're suspended, and then you got a beating from your parents for getting suspended. So I just felt like Catholic school, like nothing really crazy ever happened. I mean, there were drugs because there's drugs everywhere in high school. That's never going to change. But like no one was doing anything like crazy obscene in high school because you got expelled, and then you had to explain to your parents why your $10,000 tuition went out the like they had to pay for it, and you're not going to school. So
Wow.
it's a different world.
Yeah, fuck Sabrina.
Yeah. We were talking about Grimaldi's. You think Grimaldi's is still like a Brooklyn staple, or you think it's becoming more of like a touristy trap kind of thing down there?
I like your enthusiasm when these questions are asked. You're like, all right.
Yeah, because that's a shit. I've never been to Grimaldi's. Wild. I've never
It's like
been.
going to the Statue of Liberty.
It's like going to the Statue
Yeah.
of Liberty. As a New Yorker, I've never been. I don't know. I guess when I think of Grimaldi's, I think of tourists. I think of lines. I think because then I say to myself, I can easily go to any other pizzeria that does cold oven pizza. I think they call oven
Yeah, I think
pizza,
so.
and I can get a pizza the same.
Yeah.
I guess I guess it's like even when you talk about whenever we posted Cat's Deli the other day, people literally were like, "Oh, it's a tourist trap, a tourist trap." I thought it was phenomenal. I just think for me, being a New Yorker, I have this luxury that I have like thousands of pizzerias around me. So, all right, I'll just go to the next pizzeria if there's a line.
But you know what I think the thing is? When Grimaldi's first became popular, we didn't have all of these other pizzerias that you could go to. I remember even when we first started dating, we were lucky if we found one Neapolitan pizza place.
I think social media is what
Yeah.
changed that, though, because back then, when I was a kid, everyone would always talk about Grimaldi. Meanwhile, you had all these other pizza places that have been around for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, like Europa at that time.
Europa at the time. Who else? I'm trying.
That's a good
Graziella.
That's a
There's
good
Graziella as well. All these other places. But everyone would always talk about Grimaldi. I didn't know any better.
And also, it's right next to like the Brooklyn Bridge. So if I think it became a tourist trap because everybody's going to the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, look, there's this pizza spot that's right here. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
I've only been once. I mean, it was good, but I can't really talk on it because it's been so long.
So I feel like two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it could be a tourist trap and it'd still be good pizza.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm
Yeah.
just not traveling 45 minutes,
Yeah.
50 to an hour to get there, looking for the parking, dealing with
For
all
the
that stuff.
parking is the
Yeah.
worst.
It's not
If
comfortable
I lived
for
over
you,
there,
you
if
know?
I lived next to it, if I
Yeah.
lived in that area and it was like walking distance away, I'd probably go there.
Right.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. Like, we're not from that area.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not special to us. Like
Right.
L&B could be, I guess, considered a tourist attraction, but not really. I mean, I think like the food influencers are starting to go there now as of recent.
I was just gonna say, I think recently it's
It's been a tourist thing. But I think that's more North Brooklyn, and that's where most like all those neighborhoods kind of got taken over by people that aren't from New York, which is why it's a tourist trap now. But I think they have great pizza. I don't think it's taken away anything from their food. I just, like you said, the vibes in a restaurant. I don't want to be surrounded by that. I want to be surrounded by us. I want to be surrounded by
Like-
you know.
I could go to Bay Ridge, go to Pepino's.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that kind of pizza. And I'm sure I'm not going to have to wait on a long line. And then the atmosphere, I've never been in Grimaldi, so I could be completely wrong. But when I go into Pepino's, I get that old school vibe in
Yeah,
there.
it depends what you're looking
Yeah,
for, obviously.
it all depends, really.
What about you guys ever been to Lee's Tavern in Staten Island?
No.
I
Oh,
think we
Lee's is
wanted
good.
to go.
It heard it's really
spot.
good.
We've been wanting to
Really
go.
I
good
heard
spot.
it's really good.
Staten Island's on the come up in the pizza game. They got
Listen,
No, I know.
Staten
Staten
Island's got
Island's
some
good
great
restaurants.
places,
Some good
so
stuff.
I don't think
Everybody
people should
always
sleep
say,
on
like,
it.
everybody always like shoots down Staten Island for like no good restaurants. I'm the first to say I think Staten Island has great restaurants.
For sure. I mean, Nona's Pizzeria, Via Monte,
Yeah.
Lee's is great.
That-
Danino's. right?
Danino's,
We never
we
been.
never been. I
We
think
went to this one random.
Yeah,
I don't know
what's
if it's
that place?
random. 1776.
1776. Something. It was called
It's
17.
like on Bay Street.
Okay.
It was phenomenal.
It was
Okay.
I
really
still
good.
talk about it to this day
I think
Is it
because
new?
It's,
Is it
no,
in
no.
an
it's
Irby?
been- It
No.
almost looks like.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It almost looks like
Yeah.
a bar
Yeah.
inside.
it's by the Nonna's restaurant.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the name now.
It's something 76. I know
Yeah.
that for a fact.
I will
That
always-
is
The
something
PS 76?
Maybe. Yeah,
I think
maybe.
it's PS
Yeah,
76.
Yeah,
Pier
yeah,
76.
Pier 76.
They're actually
yeah.
rated
Yeah.
the best pizzeria in
They're-
Staten Island. Next to
I,
Ciro's.
I walked in and
see
I was
why.
like, this
Yeah.
can't be a good pizza spot. Like, I thought it was a bar. I really thought it was like, I thought it was one of those places that like you go for a drink and like they just serve
Give
you
you a
like,
bar pass.
yeah,
Is it
a
Table
bar.
87?
That's a different one.
That's
Yeah.
down in
That's in Brooklyn.
Atlantic Avenue.
Oh.
They were the ones that were on Shark Tank that like made
The pizza that they
that
sell
sometimes they serve
individually.
it. They serve that in bars.
Okay.
No, this is like their pizza, It was so good.
I'm gonna get Lee's Tavern after this now. I'm in between Kettle Black and Lee's Tavern.
Well, when if you go to Lee's Tavern, you got to do the white clam pie.
I heard everyone says
that.
I heard so good.
That sounds really
And
good.
Danino's, everybody says.
Danino's
and
is
then
great.
there's another one, Lenny and two names.
Joe and Pat's?
Joe and Pat.
Joe and Pat's.
Yes.
And
Well,
there's
Joe
also
and
a really
Pat's
good
and
one,
Ciro's
Brothers.
are pretty much the same slice. You got Brothers on Forest, which is a
I've
good
been there,
one.
yeah, they're good.
This is great.
Danino's. One place out here that I keep hearing great things about that I haven't had yet is Round Pie Company, which I
We
hear great things.
passed it. We've never been.
They're good. They're,
yeah.
they're a chain, but they're
Yeah.
good. Like it's different. It's a different style of pizza.
Yeah, we've had Seppi. Seppi's pretty
Oh,
good.
Seppi's good. We were there the
yeah.
other night. We love
Yeah,
Seppi.
Seppi's is
Great
good.
spot.
But yeah, no, Staten Island's got a lot of good spots.
Pasta Vino's really good too.
Pasta Vino's sick.
Staten Island's
Love
got
Pasta
they
Vino.
got great restaurants.
Yeah.
Pizza. It's
You know
a
who
sleeper.
else does?
Jersey?
It's
Jersey.
here. It's here.
Right,
Mel,
Jersey does
what's your
too.
go-to spot, pizza-wise?
In Jersey?
Yeah, what's your go-to place?
Nutley, New Jersey, Ralph's Pizzeria. That's a good spot. There's a few. I could go on. But
Go
yeah,
on.
don't
Let's
sleep
hear,
on
let's hear your top three.
No,
Let's
this
hear your
isn't
top
about New
three.
Jersey today.
No,
We'll
but
have
we
our own
wanna know.
debate.
We want to hear you. We want to
We'll
hear
have our
you.
own
We
New
like
Jersey
North
debate.
Jersey. North Jersey's awesome.
Yeah,
You
well.
know, you
All right,
can
is there a pizzeria in Brooklyn that you haven't been to yet that you're gonna break his chops to go? Is there like a pizzeria that you want to go to that you haven't tried
Tell
yet?
me. I don't even know.
I want to take her to noodle pudding.
Oh, that's one
that?
of our favorite
I love
places.
that
That's
restaurant.
That's really
I never
good.
been.
Phenomenal
Oh,
restaurant.
really? Oh,
That's a
it's so
pizzeria?
good. No, it's a
Oh,
restaurant.
phenomenal restaurant.
take you there.
It is. They have just.
They don't take reservations. They're very old school.
Oh, top notch like
but
that.
yeah, but it's good.
And whatever you get in that restaurant, you know it's fresh because I'll always remember. I always remember when we went in, I got fish, seafood. And so the waiter comes up to me and goes, "You see that guy over there on the corner?"
And like the
said-
table, like right next to him.
He goes, "That guy got your fish that you're eating today. He went out fishing somewhere out in
that.
Jersey.
Yeah, he was like the
and now he's
fisherman.
eating
There you
here."
go. See?
Yeah.
And I said, "Wow, that's amazing." They
Well, baby, caught the fish in Jersey. It's
literally,
like-
and he came
What
to
is-
Brooklyn. I'm like, all right, but it's cool because they change it up almost every day
Yeah.
based on whatever they get from.
I don't
They're
remember.
vendors.
Do they have a menu? I don't remember if they have
They
a
do,
menu.
but I think they rotate it
Oh,
daily.
okay.
That's awesome.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I gotta go.
The chef is from Italy.
It's
right?
from Ischia,
Yeah.
Maybe
from
I'll go to
Campania, Napoli.
Noodle
Nice.
pudding after this. About 7 restaurants I want to go to.
I want you
Do
to,
a
I want you
food
to
crawl.
take Mel to Lucali's.
Lucali's
Yeah.
great.
Today?
Oh, so, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Lucali's good.
Oh,
Not today.
Oh, you
It's,
did?
yeah.
All right.
Never mind. I didn't know if you went there. It's a nice little date
I-
spot area.
It's all right. It's a little overrated, but
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna catch some heat for that, girl. First
I mean,
podcast
because
appearance.
it's Napolitan pizza. It's very. I'm a bad critic when it comes to that. I mean, I think
Well, I mean, I think his pizza. See, like his pizza, Mark's pizza, reminds me more like it's a fusion of New York style and Napolitan.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Right.
consider it not
Like-
Neapolitan
Yeah.
style.
When we were doing
too
our
fancy.
pizza series, we were going back and forth like, what do we rank? Like, we went to some places, and I'm like, how do you put this on the spectrum of a Sicilian pizza if it's a Roman style pizza? And I feel like when we were going back and forth with the pizza, when we were gonna do a Napolitan series pizza, and I was like, we both agree, like, I don't think I would put Lucali's pizza there. Like, I almost feel like it's
It's not.
coal oven,
yeah.
brick oven. It's
Yeah.
it's got that crunch.
Also, you would never get a big pie like Lucali has. And
no,
like
no,
that.
no, no.
like
that
a personal pie.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. It's like he did an awesome job at bringing New York
Blending
style,
Yeah. I love
Neapolitan.
Lucali.
He like put everything together.
Yeah.
Like to me, I love it. Like I love that. I also love their calzone.
Their calzone's so
Calzone to
good.
me, phew, phenomenal. I think it's one of the best.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best.
Yeah, I heard he's like the pizza king. I gotta
He
make my way
is.
over
He's
there.
And he's very humble. Like
Very
as,
humble
As
guy.
a person,
I
he's
love
very
that.
Super
humble.
humble
Amazing.
guy.
Where is he? He's Greenpoint?
Carroll Gardens.
Carroll Garden.
Somewhere in Carroll Gardens. I don't know the exact street. Henry Street.
Maybe.
I want to say Henry Street.
They got some fire restaurants.
Yeah, they got
on
this
Henry
great
Street.
invention right now. You just like type Lucali's in on your phone and it'll give you the.
My favorite pizzeria is Cowabunga Pizza.
Let's not even get started.
Yeah, bro,
I'm
take a shot.
hating on the hat game still, even though everyone knows it's fucking awesome.
Ready to turn your night all the way up? Whether it's your birthday, bachelor party, or just because, J&A Party Bus Entertainment brings the club to the curb. LED lights, booming sound, and vibes that don't quit. Why wait to party when the party's in the ride? Book now and ride like an MVP.
Where do you think? So, like, you've done your reviews all over the place. Where's your favorite restaurant, if you have one?
We get this question all the time.
It's another
and
one.
It's so hard.
And I always go back and forth, and I always say, like, I can tell you favorite restaurant, but it's like I always have to come back and say, what cuisine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost feel like if you would ask me...
All right, so what's your favorite cuisine of all time? Is it Italian food? Is that like your number one?
Undisputably, for me, it's Italian food. And that's me being biased, too.
Okay.
I can make it easier on you. It's your birthday. You want to go to your favorite spot. You don't have, it doesn't have to be your favorite food, but it could be your favorite spot. And I feel like restaurant is everything. It's vibes, it's food, it's, you know.
Favorite, you know what? Because like my parents, they think they're master chef critics. Like we can go to like a 3 Michelin star restaurant and they'll still find something to complain about. That's just the way they were. That typical Italian mentality. So for me, I'm like, you know what? Dad, you paying? Okay, no problem. You know what? We'll make everyone happy. We'll go to Colosseo. You can't go wrong with Colosseo. That's when we go with my parents. I know they'll enjoy it. I know I don't have to hear afterwards. If I rave about a place, I got to hear my mom day after. Oh, they forgot the water or this. I don't want to hear
I was
that crap.
looking for like an answer like that.
Yeah.
Because that place is, it's comfortable.
Yeah,
It's always
Yeah.
going to be just good.
Yeah, I was
you
just
know?
going to say, it's always like, for me, Colosseo is consistent.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like, no, you can go there, you want pizza, you get the pizza, you want a risotto, you get risotto, pasta, no problem.
Yeah.
Everything is just, at least you know it's consistent. Even their steak is actually pretty good. which
Yeah,
you would
and
never think.
sometimes I feel like Colosseo is forgotten about. Too.
Yeah, it's a
is.
forgotten spot.
It is. What's yours? Is it the same?
No, yeah, I like Colosseo a lot too. I mean, like going back to what we said before, I love Cebu because I love the atmosphere there. I love the food there. We recently went to a really good Italian restaurant. I think it's in Fort Greene called Larina, and they probably had one of the best pastas that I've
my
had
God.
here.
Yeah.
It was, the chef is from Italy. She just, I don't know, she made like a simple dish, like aglio olio, and she just put this like twist on it.
She smoked it.
She smoked
the pasta.
the actual pasta.
I'm getting hungry just hearing
It
it.
was,
That's crazy.
it was really good.
I forgot about that. But see, again, the thing is like, if I had to go out for my birthday,
Yeah, we wouldn't go
I would
there.
never go there because it's going to take me an hour to get there.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm going an hour out of the way, I have to make sure that one thing, not even the fork has to be on this side, has to be on this side. It can't be on this side, or else I'm going to hear that the day after. Like, that's how much food critics my parents want to be, so.
But I feel like we don't have one favorite restaurant.
No,
It depends on, like you said, it depends on what we want. It depends on where we want to go. Like we have so many good restaurants just right around us. We have Ortobello. I grew up going to Gargiulo's my whole life for everything.
Can't
It
go
was
wrong.
Gargiulo's, and that's another place that you can't go wrong.
You would never think, like, in the sense that when it's not Italian food, I'm going to Tannerine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been. On 3rd
In Bay Ridge.
Avenue
I've not.
and 76. It's actually on the block of
Salty
Dog?
Dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
on that corner. That place is phenomenal. Like if I'm not craving
Mediterranean
Italian food and I want great Mediterranean food, oh my goodness.
Well, I always seen the other
Phenomenal.
one, like ammonia. I think they're Greek.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like the main attraction. On 3rd when you go down
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
more. Right, like salty, and then it's ammonia, and what's the other one? There's like another one.
There's a Greenhouse Cafe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Greenhouse
Honestly,
Cafe.
Salty Dog has really good
Yeah,
food.
Salty
Oh,
Dog.
yeah,
too.
They
great food.
really
We talk
do.
about
That was
that
the
all the
first
time.
place that I brought into in the neighborhood. I was like, you need to try the Brooklyn
remember
Buffalo.
we used to go there all the time to like go like to the bar, but then we went there a few times to eat, and I'm like, this is really good food. They have like some of the best wings.
And it's like very underrated. Like you don't really ever hear anyone talk about their food.
No.
And their food is actually like
Yeah.
low key. And I'd rather people not really talk about it because I don't want to go there and be overly crowded.
All right.
You can still walk in and get a table whenever
Yeah.
you want, which is dope.
Yet again, I just think for us now, we've gone to that point that I gotta always ask, what cuisine? Like Italian, family, birthday, I go to Colosseo. I want amazing Mediterranean food, Tannerine. I want burgers, I'm going to, believe it or not, I also put Cebu up there. I actually really enjoy their burgers a lot too.
Yeah.
So, it all depends.
It's a good answer.
What about you?
Like my go-to, I know
Yeah.
it's newer. I mean, Vegas Diner growing up was my go-to.
Yeah,
that's true.
But nowadays, like I really enjoy Cebu and Brooklyn Roots.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those, I will die on that hill. Those are like my two favorite places.
Yeah.
I really like. The vibe in Brooklyn Roots is amazing. The vibe in Cebu is amazing, and their food is amazing. You can't beat it. You still have the neighborhood feel. The owners are warm and they're just like outstanding cooks. The
It
bar
makes
is
all
always
the
lively.
difference.
There's never any drama. You know, like Cebu's always been a classy
Yeah.
joint. And just Brooklyn Roots, like he just made it feel like the neighborhood. He did a sick job. Those are my two
Yeah.
favorites for sure.
So I'm a big steak person. So growing up, like Chadwick's was like my go-to
Chadwick's
spot
great.
for anything like that.
Amazing. Yeah.
great
Can't go wrong with
steaks.
Chadwick's.
If I was gonna get Italian food, I mean, I'm a big proponent of Campagna's. I think Campagna's makes great food. I think their sauce is amazing.
Thank you.
Right?
I didn't want to get into that. We don't have enough time.
we'll get into that whole other discussion. We have the
it
sauce
gravy?
gravy debate.
It's soft.
Yeah, I liked yous up until this point. But yeah, no, like you said, it depends on what you're talking about. But like, if I had to pick like a birthday dinner, it's gonna be a steak. I feel like steak you can go.
Yeah, Chadwick's is
Yeah.
also another solid
Yeah,
answer. It's
Chadwick's.
hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to it's hard to choose different places in the neighborhood.
But Bay Ridge has
Everything.
still had it still
They got everything.
Yeah,
How do you guys feel about deep dish pizza?
I never had it.
Fucking
Me
catastrophe.
either.
Yeah.
From the looks of it, I feel like if I eat something like that, I'm going to sleep for 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
I mean, taste-wise, it looks cheesy, it looks saucy. I don't know. I would love to try
Yeah,
one
I would
day.
try
I have to
it.
go to Chicago and try it though.
Right.
Yeah, so I go to Chicago for work.
Okay.
I'm actually probably going next month. It's a different experience. I don't even think you really can compare the two. To me, it's like a cheese pie, like an
Yeah.
actual
Yeah,
pie.
that's what
that
it
you're
looks
eating
like.
that has like sauce on top of it.
Wow.
Like pizza here, it's like you have a couple. Like out there, you get like one slice and you're completely done. And you got to order it like 45 minutes in advance. Like when you sit down in the restaurants, like the good ones, like if you go to the original Pizzeria Uno's over there, or they have
What's the
Lou,
Lou Malnati's is
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
one. As soon as you walk in, like before they take your appetizer order, they ask you what kind of pizza you want because it takes them 45 minutes to
Wow.
make it. So like once you make a decision, there is no
turning back?
turning off.
So
But
over
yeah.
there, is it like how we have a bunch of pizzerias here and you go in and we have regular slices? Is it like that, or is it more like restaurants only have it?
No, it's not like deep dish like that. I mean, they have like our kind of style of pizza there too. Just not on the scale that we have
Yeah.
it. Pretty much like their major three over there is Lou Malnati's, there's Pizzeria Uno, and there's one more. I think it starts with a G. Those are like the three main spots. If you're gonna go get deep dish pizza out there, those are those two off the top of my head. But I know there's a third one that's pretty popular.
I don't think people from Chicago will like deny that New York has the best pizza ever. You know what I mean? I don't think you could look at a deep dish pie and eat it with a fork and then really call that pizza. I just feel like it's more like a lasagna. You know, I think it's like a cultural thing for them. Shout out to everybody from Chicago. You guys are cool, but
Well, apparently New Haven has the best pizza in the country.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I think
a
Dave
whole
Portnoy
big
started
debate.
that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a big debate there.
It is really good. Yeah, we've been.
It's
pretty
phenomenal.
good. It's
It's
really
phenomenal,
good.
but-
I just don't think you could compare it.
Yeah.
Again, it's like how you gonna compare Double Down pizza to New York style? Like
Right.
that to me makes me laugh. Is when I hear people say, "Oh, I hate Double Down pizza." I'm like, guys, I mean, that's more you sit down, fork and knife, and you eat it. New York style, you fold and you eat it.
Right.
And, Chicago, the deep dish.
I don't
cheese
even
pie,
know.
I
What
don't
do you
know.
do with
yeah.
it?
No, it's a knife. It's
Yeah.
a fork and
Yeah.
knife
Yeah.
thing. They
Yeah.
they
Can
literally
never
take the pie out.
compare-
Yeah.
They put it down. It's a big gigantic piece. It's usually like this thick. It's yeah. no,
Isn't the
this-
bread all soggy with all the
Yeah,
sauce?
that's
No,
what I was
honestly,
thinking.
like so it comes out in a cast iron pan usually. So it's actually the bottom of it's pretty burnt,
Nice and firm. Yeah.
but it's not like you're picking up a slice of pizza and walking down the block. It's
Yeah.
like you need a plate.
wouldn't that be more of a quiche though? You know,
That's what I'm saying. It's more like,
Like
a
a
pie.
pie.
It's more like a
Cheese pie. Yeah, cheese pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like a pie than a
I'm not
pizza.
interested.
But yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
not
try
bad
it.
if you really love mozzarella. It's really not a bad thing.
yeah, I'm a big mozzarella guy.
So it's really not bad. But
With sticks.
I don't really know if you can like compare the two. Like we always have this debate. Like I always feel like you really can't compare like Roll and Roaster roast beef and John's Deli roast beef. I feel like it's
No.
a different sandwich.
You can't.
And same thing with Brendan and Carl. Like Brendan and Carl's a sit down roast beef sandwich. So I always feel like Roll and Roaster is great for what it is, and it's a standalone there. But when people always ask me like, "What do you think is better, Roll and Roaster or John's Deli?" I'm like, I really can't.
Two different things.
Yeah, like to me, it's a totally different experience.
We tried to do the whole comparison of like Roll and Roaster and Brennan and Carr.
Yeah.
And I think we had to do two separate videos
Yeah,
because
I mean-
we weren't able. You can't. It's comparing
different.
apples and oranges. Even just the cheese itself is completely.
Roll and
different.
roaster, you go out when you're younger, or even now you're older, you get drunk, have a little bit too much to drink, and if you're in that area, you get that food. That's based on the stories people would tell me. That's what they would do.
Yeah.
I feel like Brennan and Carr, it's almost like I feel like I want to sit down. I want
has
to be
a
a little
nice
bit more
vibe inside.
sophisticated.
Yeah,
That's the
true.
vibes I get from it. So
There's a sleeper over there. It's called Wheelers.
Oh yeah, it's good.
everyone's
Wheels is
telling
great.
me about
Sleeper.
them. We have
It's
to
just
go.
they have the steak tidbits. That's what you got to get. It's like these
Yes.
steak with mozzarella and garlic bread. It's unbelievable. Like
Okay.
I'll usually choose that over it, but Roman roast sits for the experience. We grew up as children going there, so we
Yeah.
just feel like kids again when we go there. You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
Like I took her there, and I was like, you know, she didn't get it. You know what I mean? Like she didn't understand. I was like, no, it's just the place. Like it's
Yeah.
Roman roast. You go there for the fast food. It's just like our thing. You know, because at the end of the day, it's a roast beef sandwich, it's chicken fingers, and it's French fries. Like, what's so good about that? It's like, no, because that's ours. That's our
Yeah.
chicken fingers and French
Right.
fries. You know?
Remember the
You do have to be
commercial?
drunk for that.
that they
Yeah, not
used
so
to-
fast.
Yeah.
I sing that in the car. She thinks I'm insane.
So when you're going out and you're doing your reviews and everything, do you always equate like more high end places usually going to have like a better experience or better food, or you feel like sometimes it's still like a hit or miss? Like you feel like the more expensive restaurants are better than the mom and pops places, or
No, I don't think it's always like that. I think sometimes there's like a lot of hidden gems actually that we have better experiences at that people don't talk about
Yeah.
a lot. And like for example, Ortobello's, like it's like no frills when you go there, but it's some of like the best Italian American food that is hidden on a corner on Bay Parkway.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more expensive places, mentally for me, I put you on a higher scale of like performance. Like, okay, this has to be perfect. The waiters, waitress, all the people that are working there have to be, I don't know, more respectful. I don't know why, but I almost get this feeling like I have higher standards for them to do what you're paying essentially. If I'm gonna pay $150 more for a chicken parm or for a plate of pasta, when it comes out to all together, it better be
Top notch.
top notch. Like there's no skimping out on anything. Even the water's gotta taste good. The tap water.
You're paying for the ambiance.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I agree.
Yeah, not my style. I like food more than I like ambiance.
Same.
You know.
see, I'm more service and ambiance than the food. Like I always feel like it's hard for me to compare food from one place to another. Like obviously you could taste something that's great, but I'll deal with like mediocre food if like the service and everything around me is phenomenal. I won't go back if like the food's outrageous, but the service is crap.
Agreed.
I
The
won't go
service
back.
makes
The
it.
service makes everything. And obviously if the scenery is nice, like people make a big deal about Butcher's Block.
I've never been.
It's
Where's Butcher's
In
Block?
it's in Jersey.
Jersey?
It's a
never
steakhouse.
been. No.
It's on with the vault, right?
You can't make reservation. You got to know someone that puts your name on a list, and that's like the whole experience. It's like you feel like you're in a very exclusive
Yeah.
thing. The scenery is gorgeous, but do I think it's the best steak? No.
Good. All right, I'll ask the question
go
because I
for it.
automatically know what it is. So yuppies apparently claimed avocados. Is there any chance us normal folk could get avocados back in our favor?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like yuppies just claimed avocado for their own. So every time you go to like a cafe or, a North Brooklyn yuppie town, it's just
Avocado toast is a big thing.
they claimed avocados. Like it's theirs now. We don't have that anymore, So I'm just trying to figure out how we get the avocados back in our favor. Think about it for a minute. It's like you go to these neighborhoods, that's all they have is avocados, Like
Up until recently, maybe actually doing this. I started really enjoying an avocado. I had no idea. Growing up, we had
didn't
no
do
idea.
avocado.
Yeah, I
Avocados
never
growing up.
tasted
My
like
mom-
guacamole until I think I was in college.
Our son now, he's eating avocado at a year old when it took us 27, 28 years to actually try an
Not
avocado.
20.
Not 27, but over 20 for sure. I just feel like I've never seen it until recently. Like I think when we went to Italy,
They don't even know what it is.
they don't even know what an
Yeah.
avocado.
Yeah.
Like you
because
don't
we live a
see-
very modest lifestyle, and then they stole it. It became like a rich food. You know what I mean?
I think the only way to get it back is if we get a sponsor for avocados and we put it on this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever sponsor wants to come our way. Which one did you like? The wooden spoon?
Yeah, so you brought up the wooden spoon earlier. Was your family more of like a wooden spoon reprimand or a belt?
Belt. I knew you were gonna say that.
No, wooden spoon. My mom, wooden
Yeah.
spoon.
I grew up living in the same house as my grandparents. So between my grandfather, it was the belt, and then my grandmother, it was the wooden spoon. I don't think they ever used it, but I definitely
It was
was
a threat. It was
threatened
there.
a lot of
Yeah.
times,
Yeah. I got
especially
hit.
with
I
like
got
my
hit with
4
it.
older like boy cousins.
Yeah.
Always.
What about you?
Yeah, it's always a kitchen utensil. So
Yeah.
definitely the wooden spoon or the backhand,
Yeah.
not the belt. That's a little aggressive.
Yeah, the belt. I feel like ooh.
Oh yeah, my
no.
grandfather always took off the belts.
So I never got hit with the belt.
No.
They would take off the belt, make like the little snappy
Yes,
noise.
yes.
Like every father and grandfather
Yeah.
knows how to make that snappy noise when you're a kid that scares you. My grandmother was a wooden spoon and her slipper
Yeah.
person. My mom was just like the threat of my father coming home. It was like, oh, wait, you got to wait till your father gets home. It wasn't like abusive. It was just more like you screwed
Yeah.
up today.
Yeah. So I wanted to finish this off. I mentioned a lot of restaurants. All my guests mentioned a lot of restaurants week by week. So I wrote down 50 of them. You want to read them off?
Want me to read all
50
450?
of the best restaurants, in my opinion, in South Brooklyn, North Brooklyn, whatever. I got 50, and I'm going to tag every single last one of them. I just want to give a shout out to every small business that we possibly can, support the neighborhoods, jump on one common platform.
So we got Cebu, we got Positano, Chadwick's, Skinflint's, another great spot.
Yeah.
Randazzo's Clam Bar. We got Charlie's Sandwich Shop, Leone's, DeFonte's, The Corner, Brooklyn Roots, Torina, Gino's, Ponte Vecchio, Vesuvio, Kettle Black, Mamareo's, La Villa, Wheeler's, Patricia's of Williamsburg, Clementi's, Brooklyn Beef and Cheese. We have Michael's, Brendan and Carr, Pizza D'Amore, Roll & Roaster, Gourmet Grill, Hometown Barbecue, Gargiulio's, Panino Rustico, Nick's Lobster House. You want to take the rest?
You got Crispy, Totono's, Bergen Beach Cafe, Tommaso's, Campagna, Noodle Pudding, El Coliseo, Spumoni Gardens, New Dyker Restaurant, Salty Dog, Bungalow Bar, Tavern on the Rocks, Da Vinci, Amber's, Henry's Inn, Juliana's, Picante, Muscles and More, Peter Luger's, and Leo's of Bay Ridge.
All right.
Guys, thank you guys so much for coming. Just shout
Great
out
having
socials
us.
for everybody.
Thank you. Brooklyn Bites with two S's. Everywhere you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube now.
All righty.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
for
you.
Best
coming.
of luck
Appreciate
moving
you.
forward, everything. It was great
Thank
having
you.
you on.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
That's a wrap. All right, guys. We just launched our online store. We made these hoodies tailored to every neighborhood. So I know we're a big pride on Bensonhurst podcast, but on the sleeve here, we have Bensonhurst Forever. And I'm going to tailor it to every single neighborhood, whether that's Canarsie, Bergen Beach, Flatbush, Dyker Heights, Bay Ridge. We're going to have custom-made beanies. We're going to have custom-made T-shirts, shorts, anything along those lines. And it's all going to be South Brooklyn related. So we're excited to get it launched. Our link will be on our page, and the store should be up and running by the time this episode is released. Show us some support over here.
Yep.
Shush. It's a wrap. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Intentionally Unintelligent. We hope you enjoyed our dive into the unfiltered and raw stories of today's movers and shakers. If you loved what you heard, be sure to subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Until next time, keep it real, keep it raw, and stay intentionally unintelligent.